You making a documentary or something?
Yeah, about socialism, socialists. You don't mind it, right? I mean, you're sitting here in the public trying to promote your ideas. I can help you to promote them, maybe.
I'm happy to talk about my
Good.
ideas.
Good. I mean, we're talking
How
about
many
democracy,
followers do
right?
you have?
About 40,000 that I know of.
Interesting. Really?
I know, yeah.
Shout out to you, my dude.
I can give you my card if you like. I'm not hiding anything. Sure, when we're
I
done.
mean, I kind of like to. I like to see my.
You'll see your face. Sure, absolutely. I mean, the guy that is sitting over there, he's been there like twice at least.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
People like my discussion with him, you know, way back.
No, believe me, no problem talking on camera.
Okay, good.
That's kind of what we're here to do.
Well, exactly. It always amazes me, you know, when people in the public spaces and they are with all the science literature and everything else, and then they see camera pointing them. And if they don't like where the conversation, which turn the conversation takes, all of a sudden they're not interested in talking. I mean, I have my ideas. I'm here to share them, especially if I'm in a public space, for everybody to see. I mean, I have 40,000, followers. Some of them are like you, the communists. They watch my channel too. I know that for a fact. They watch this channel, I'm sorry, and then they say, well, thank you for it. I changed my mind now. I'm not socialist anymore. But anyway.
Interesting.
I know, I'll give you my card.
They probably weren't very
we have a few,
convinced
but
of their
not that
ideas in
many.
the first place.
Who?
Like, if you can't articulate your ideas on the street, then that means that you
Well, I'm talking to you right now.
Sure of them? No, I'm talking about these people
that'd be
that
great.
you're saying like.
They changed their minds.
They
I
like
see.
change their minds, or they clam up as soon as the camera shows up.
Oh, you're talking about the
Like there is a
interviewees.
lot of that on the left, and I think it's
Right.
it's because there's just I think it's just a lack of self-confidence. People aren't confident enough in their ideas to express them, at the top of their lungs.
I think so too. Yeah, I mean, you're confident if you can speak your mind, not sort of regurgitate something that you read in Communist Manifesto or Karl Marx, because you can't remember all this stuff. It doesn't make sense. It's easy to talk about something that makes sense. I read a lot of it. Like I said, I had to. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I remember
Well,
nothing.
you were reading Stalinist literature.
No. Listen. You don't read Russian, right?
No, I
you don't know
totally
any Russian.
Now,
The tomes, the volumes of Lenin, I read in Russian. I mean, in vernacular. He wrote in Russian, a lot of stuff, and I read it in Russian. I mean, Das Kapital was written obviously in German, so both of us were reading it in translation anyway. So, but it's a Russian revolution. That's where it all started. The socialism. I see Lenin again right here. Hammer and sickle. It all came from Russia, I believe. I'm not sure about hammer and sickle.
Yeah, I know.
The hammer and sickle came from Russia. I forget what else you mentioned. The hammer and sickle came out of the Bolshevik Revolution.
Bullshit. Okay, well, there you go. So I'm trying to forget all this stuff.
No, but I mean, I've read the English translations, and they're say like Stalin's history of the Bolshevik Party, or his works on dialectics, or like the.
Yeah, but look.
It's complete nonsense, though. Like the way
Everything
that
is
it's written
nonsense.
doesn't make any sense. They reference Lenin, right, and they reference Marx.
They who?
But it's all distorted. Like they have this very particular view of dialectics that I think is straight up wrong, and it causes a lot of contradictions and confusions. And so it's no wonder to me that it sounded like complete nonsense to you, because when I read it, a lot of this literature from the Soviet Union sounds like complete nonsense.
I'm talking about Lenin's. Wait a minute. I'm talking about Lenin's work, written by him personally, and it doesn't make any sense. And then, by the way, what we learned later when the KGB archives opened up, that what a murderous piece of crap he was, Lenin. Your idol. Lenin was a murderous piece of shit. That's who he was. A murderer, a mass murderer at that.
Fair enough.
In my world. And I was shocked by the way. Well, look, we had to idolize Lenin, obviously. I was a young Octoberist, I had to. I was a Komsomol member, I had to. Lenin was ubiquitous everywhere, every school, every workplace. It was everywhere. Lenin lived, Lenin lives, Lenin shall live. You know, this slogan.
For your childhood, man, but that's not my socialism. And
But
frankly,
there's
like,
no
as
other-
someone who wasn't born when the Soviet Union was around, I don't really feel like the need to like defend all the statues and you know, the Komsomol and all that other stuff.
See,
because
but-
to me, that's not what socialism is.
I understand.
What I want is completely different.
I know, that's what you want. But see, the thing is, I would love for, you know, not maybe, but definitely a nice, peaceful, beautiful world throughout the whole humankind. But there's the reality. And the reality of socialism, unfortunately, every single time in 100 years deteriorates, actually starts with mass murder.
Okay.
And millions of deaths. Not, you know,
If you say so.
a few people here. I mean, 100 million. I mean,
100 million.
100 million. Well, you don't believe the number? I mean, Russia alone, with war debt, including the war debt, amounts to
What was
65
the
million.
population of Russia in 1921?
Well, don't listen.
What was the population of
Okay,
Russia in
listen,
1921?
listen.
Was it more than 150 million?
I'm talking about 100 million throughout the world. Russia alone lost 65 million lives, including the war debt. And that's the recent number. I thought it was 50. It is revised up. 65 million after...
It goes up all the time, man. That's the funny thing, is they keep on finding more and more bodies.
Okay,
like
let's
100 years
say...
later.
Okay,
They somehow manage to pull millions of more
Fine.
bodies out every single
I'll take
year.
your number. How many people do you think died? How many?
It's irrelevant, man.
Oh, it's really? If it,
10 million dead?
yeah.
Are you okay with that? Is that cool?
Or 1 million, or 100. If it's
Why
your
not
father,
200 million?
if it's
Why
your
not 300
mother,
million?
if it's a close
It's really
relative.
not good right now.
Because it was-
Okay? Like we need to, This
It's
is
irrelevant.
really starting to not get good. All right, like we're pretty busy here right now.
You're very busy.
I just don't
right.
see why it's okay to attack people. Why is it okay? Why is it okay to attack people to do work?
You know,
Yeah, we're not attacking people. I'm having a nice conversation.
We're having a healthy conversation. Okay, so the whole thing is that if there's some centralized body that's taking funds from someone else, and they're not doing that voluntarily, what makes your system, why is it okay for you guys to beat people up and throw them in a cage if they don't pay up?
I don't think any of that's true. And
So
I just
how
think
do-
that we would
so
have
how do you
had
get
this
the money?
conversation. Like, I'm sure there's other socialist groups who would love to fight with you. We're just here talking about people about like housing and stuff. But if you're interested in a fight,
Oh yeah,
I think there's some
RevCom's
RevCom
over
people
there, dude.
there.
No, but
RevCom is good.
I want you to convince me.
yeah, no, we're not okay with like 10 million dead. We were trying to talk about, building a mass movement and
Got it.
talks about the consent
Got
of
it.
all working class
Listen,
people. That's
I'm
really-
trying to promote you guys. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm gonna give you my card. I have 40,000 followers. They love listening to this kind of conversation. This gentleman, he was like twice on my videos. They love.
Oh,
they love
I
him.
know who you are.
Finally.
Yeah, I know who
See?
you are. Yeah. This guy's a YouTube star.
Star. Well, star is kind of a little bit too much,
you have
but
Nazis on your comment section.
I do have everybody,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of
Lots of
commies.
people.
I know,
Yeah,
lots
you
of
got,
people.
yeah, and you got Nazis that love you.
That's right. Listen, it's an open channel. I welcome everybody. Exactly.
That's
if,
cool, too.
if they identify with the Nazis, and I'm Jewish, by the way, I mean, whatever they espouse, it's an open country, as far as I'm concerned, and it's a YouTube channel. I mean, open channel, right? He knows.
So that's why
You
you've
know,
been
so-
like recording us without our consent, right? You know that's illegal in New York.
That's
Really?
how that works.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
public
Really?
place. He's free to record. as
Really?
he
Well,
wants.
I asked this guy.
no,
He said
well,
it's
I
okay.
don't consent to being recorded.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, well, I
You're
said
in
I
a
was fine
public
with
place.
this, but
You're
he didn't
by
say anything,
by
so.
the very fact that you're here is your consent to being
yeah,
recorded.
except in some places, like actually in quite a few states.
Some places.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
But
mean,
yeah, we
this
saw
is
one of
one of
those
those
I've
places.
actually filmed a
Seriously,
documentary,
please
and you
go.
have to get people's
Okay.
consent because as much as it's like,
See ya.
public space, you
Comrade.
do have to get people's phones. Just
See ya.
Actually, I want to talk to you.
Sure.
So I'm actually. By the way, the authoritarians won't win. Bitcoin is going to win. Bitcoin. You can't stop it. You violent authoritarians won't win.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so listen.
Yes.
I've been watching you for quite.
So you know who I am.
Although, wait.
He
am I
said
being
I'm a
recorded
star.
Right now?
Do you want me to?
No, I'd rather
No,
not. 'cause,
okay.
the-